Two Rivers Talks is brought to you by Two Rivers BIZSTARTS. Also by Two Rivers Main Street. And by Raleigh Point Economic Advising. And by viewers like you. Thank you.
Hello everybody, welcome to Two Rivers Talks. I'm Todd, this is Darla, and we are really glad you're here. Two Rivers Talks is a show about all things Two Rivers, whether you're from Two Rivers, used to be from Two Rivers, thinking about coming to Two Rivers. What you'll learn here is all the fun, arts, music, news, business, things that are happening in and around the city. So we're glad you joined us. If this is your first time, welcome. If you come back, thanks for sticking with us. And we've got a really fun show today, just news and current events.
Right.
And we're going to go ahead and jump into those. And then we've also got our regular standing feature, How's It Hanging, that Darla runs. And it's all about the latest happenings here in the gallery.
Right.
And if you haven't been down to BIZSTARTS here on the main drag of Two Rivers, you should definitely come down and check out all the cool art that's coming in all the time. There's just a lot of variety here. Something for every artistic taste, I would say.
Right.
And all local, for the most part, local artists.
Local artists. We have a lot of talented people in our area.
Yeah.
And then also, after How's It Hanging, we will be joined by Mr. Roger Russove.
For the Main Street Minute.
Main Street Minute. I forgot to put that on the script, but I didn't forget our Roger.
Excellent.
So, sorry about that. But
right,
anyway,
right.
so stay tuned. We'll be right back. So Todd.
Yes, Darla.
Take it away with Word of the Day.
That's like very poetic.
I love it.
Take it away with Word of the Day.
Right.
Yeah, very nice. Okay. So the word of the day today is, you got a good one in here.
Thank
today.
you.
Punctilio.
Yeah.
So it's Punctilio.
Right.
Punctilio. Emphasis on the till.
Right.
So it means a fine point, particular, or detail as of conduct, ceremony, or procedure.
Right.
Very cool. So I'll use it in a sentence.
Okay.
All right. She may have been the most easygoing among Melodia's ladies in waiting, as well as her closest friend, but she did love her punctilio. No, that's not.
Yeah, really.
She liked a double of her punctilio, right?
Straight up.
That's right.
And Todd, what have we got in the news?
Lots of things this week. So first up, we have the Manitowoc's CNC Links Golf Course and Restaurant is going to be closing in October.
Right.
I guess the owners decided to close the golf course and restaurant because of the growing demands and the changing dynamics of the Stecker family. CNC Links says its last day open is going to be October the 24th. And they said of this, we will honor all bookings that we have in place prior to that date. As we've always done in the past, we will honor all of our financial commitments during this time. We will meet all obligations to vendors and employees to the same previous terms. Valid gift cards may also be redeemed upon until the closing day.
Right.
That they have. So sad news.
It really is. I know it was pretty popular and knew people who utilized it. I am not a golfer. I've tried, and it's just pathetic.
I'm not allowed to go on golf courses. I've been banned.
Are you the divot maker?
Nationally. The divot maker?
Yeah.
No. Unfortunately, my grip on a club is not very good, so.
You're the winger.
I'm the winger, yeah? Is that the name for it? Okay.
It is now. Also in the news, Fox Cities PAC announces its 2020 through 2021 season.
Oh, great.
It's exciting. There's a couple things I'd really like to go over to Appleton to see. Frozen will make its Wisconsin premiere when it plays the Fox Cities Performing Arts Center. In addition to Frozen, the PAC will also be the first venue in the state to host the national touring productions of To Kill a Mockingbird, which I would really like to see, and Tootsie, which I think would be interesting on stage. The 6-show season also includes a fresh take on the Broadway staples Cats. Had enough of Cats. I'm not going.
Well, Broadway Cats was actually pretty good, but
it
the
was
movie
beat to death.
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, and the movie. Oh my goodness gracious!
Don't
even go there. Yeesh. The Tina Fey pet project Mean Girls, which I think would be kind of interesting.
Sure.
And this one I really want to see. Elton John and Tim Rice's Aida.
Oh, that could be fun.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
You know, at the risk of alienating all the little kids that are watching this, I've never seen Frozen.
I haven't either.
Really, I feel really lame that I had seen
You're
a lot
so
of the
out of it.
Disney movies, you know, but yeah, I am.
You've seen the good ones. Now they're just kind of like,
they're kind of rehashes now, right?
yeah, cookie cutter.
Wow, we're gonna get some comments down below.
We don't have any young kids who watch this program,
That's
so I don't
probably
think
true.
anybody's really gonna
All right.
care.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. I am particularly interested in To Kill a Mockingbird. I bet that'd be fun to see. Yeah.
And a partnership has been announced between Holy Family Memorial and Freighter Health.
I saw that this morning.
Yeah, and I don't have a whole lot of information as to what the impact will eventually be, but what I can say is that Holy Family Memorial and Freighter Health have announced that their two organizations have entered a letter of intent to provide healthcare services. In a news release, it was emphasized that HFM will continue to operate as a locally led and managed health network within the partnership framework, which is always a concern.
Mm-hmm.
Discussions have focused on Freighter Health acquiring minority interest within HFM that would provide a long-term clinical and financial commitment to enhance their current and future healthcare services. So this is a very good thing. Holy Family Memorial will continue to remain Catholic and under the sole ownership of the Holy Family Convent of the Franciscan Sisters of Christian Charity,
Mm-hmm.
Incorporated.
These kinds of acquisitions are happening across the state. You know, just the smaller health systems are getting gobbled up by some of the bigger ones. I don't like the implications of that, but I guess we'll see what happens.
Right. Well, the decision's been made. We'll just have to see how it all irons out in the end.
Yeah.
So.
Hopefully there are some good people at the wheel of the bus, and they're
You've got the good sisters.
right. That's true.
Need I say more?
That's true. You don't take advantage of them.
No, not at all.
Right. So there's some good news that we've got. Not that the last wasn't good news, but we kind of started out on a downer note with the golf course.
Right.
But no, that's news.
It is.
You know. But good news is that Manitowoc County has ended 2019 with a budget surplus. This is really good. So Manitowoc Executive Bob Ziegelbauer told CHaferNews.com that the county has generated a $2.3 million surplus from revenues increasing, expenses decreasing, and some one-time revenues. He said, quote, "We are happy about that."
You should be ecstatic about that.
You should be doing cartwheels about it. I'd like to see him do a cartwheel. Anyways, 1.5 million of that money sits in the general fund. Half of that, about 750,000, will remain in a rainy day fund. 665,000 will go towards early retirement debt services. 80,000 for upgrades in the Treasury Department, and 20,000 to purchase a new tractor for county parts maintenance. That's nice. I'm kind of curious what's being put towards entrepreneurship and business growth.
Maybe we should ask.
We'd love to have you on the show, Mr. Ziegelbauer. Let's talk about it.
I think we should reach out.
Yeah, I think
we've had Shay Sartwell, we've had Andre Jacques, who talked to the governor.
Why not?
Why not Bob Ziegelbauer and see what's going on in our county?
I think that would be a great idea.
Let's do it.
Maybe you'll consent to that.
Okay.
Tell me about cheese.
I love to talk about cheese.
I love to eat cheese.
Cheese whiz, mac and cheese. No. I'm having a gump moment.
That's okay.
Cheesecake.
Grilled cheese sandwich.
Sandwich. In the news, Kiel Cheesemaker earns high honors at World Championship Cheese Contest.
Yes.
I know. Hennings cheese earned the Best in Class award in the pepper flavored cheese, medium heat class for their Chipotle cheddar Bandage Daisy. I have no idea. I think that was a huge typo.
Bandage Daisy.
Yeah, Bandage Daisy. And also earned second and third for their Colby cheeses. At least I know what Colby is. Right. I don't know what a Bandage Daisy is.
It's like are there bands in it? Maybe is that?
I don't know, but it just
sounds
looks
really
wrong.
really,
but
yeah. A picture like a little Band-Aid on
congratulations.
there.
Plymouth cheesemakers also performed very well, with Satori earning a second place win for their limited edition pastoral blend in the hard mixed cheese class. Masters Gallery taking second in the shredded cheese blends for their shredded hot pepper blend, and third for their shredded Parmesan, Gruyere, and Swiss blend.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I know.
Yeah.
Cheese is like wine. I mean,
Oh,
look at
yeah.
all the different
Oh, yeah.
nuances, and I mean, it's
Oh yeah.
very snooty.
I loves me a good smelly cheese.
Gosh. Oh, and then we can't forget the Great Lakes earned a best in class designation that was for their New York extra sharp cracker cut cheese in the natural sliced cheese category, while they also were named second for their Havarti cracker cuts.
I love Havarti.
I know.
That's a great cheese.
I'm a big Munster fan.
Munster.
I love my Munster.
Stilton. I'm all about the Stilton. That's a seriously intense cheese.
Oh,
Yeah. English cheese #1.
I like saying Stilton.
Uh,
City info.
Yeah, so city info, the Two Rivers City Council is going to be meeting on Monday, March the 16th, coming up here at 6 o'clock. You'll be surprised to note that the meeting is going to be at the council chambers on the 3rd floor of City Hall. Shocker. Spoilers. The agenda is going to be posted online, and as always, it will be streamed live on Facebook.
And it can also, after the fact, be, you can click the link on the city's website, their front page, their home page, and you can see it at any time. And you can go back in the vault too to see older episodes.
Yeah, so civic involvement is easier than it has ever been.
It really is. I'm glad that they finally got around to doing that, because I think it's made a tremendous difference.
I agree.
I really do. Oh, this has been kind of overwhelming for the community, and just the uproar that it caused, and the fact that it was like immediately highlighted in the Herald Times Reporter, which shows like such a sense of community, and there was some outrage. But what happened is that somebody stole Scotty Paulow's bike, and it was reported on right away.
Yeah.
The 1977 Two Rivers graduate who has is it cerebral or cerebral palsy?
Potato, right? Yeah.
Cerebral palsy.
Cerebral palsy, sure.
Is a fixture in the sports community in Two Rivers, and was recently inducted into the school's Sports Hall of Fame, because he's a big cheerleader for them. Paulow, 61, used the white 3-wheeled bike as his main form of transportation until it was stolen last Tuesday night.
What kind of creep does
I
that?
know.
Yeah.
The community immediately rallied, and a collection for a new bike was started at Tippy's Bar and Grill. Thank you, Tippy.
Yes.
However, on Wednesday afternoon, when Scotty came home from work at the Leicester Public Library, he discovered a new red 3-wheeled bike waiting for him at home.
So nice. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And I don't think they still don't know who the donor was.
Oh.
But he couldn't believe it, and he wanted to thank whoever left it for him. Said Scotty, I'm very, very happy. It's really incredible.
Yeah.
And it just took one day, and he had himself a brand new bike. A message to whoever stole the white bike: this will come back to haunt you as you take your last breaths, and you have to answer for all the bad things you've done in your life. So this was a biggie. Be prepared.
Nothing to add to that, I agree. So the Two Rivers High School principal is going to be stepping down. Two Rivers Board of Education recently accepted the resignation of high school principal Craig Ristican. Emily Ristican's
I was surprised when I read this.
I knew about it, but only because I had a chance conversation. But District Administrator Lisa Quistorf discussed the situation with CHFR News and called Chris Ristican an amazing principal, citing his ability to work with children and the community. She also commented on the time commitment involved with being a principal.
Right.
Saying people really don't understand the amount of time and emotional energy it takes. And at this point in his life, he'd like to try something different, which is what he said to me.
Right.
Basically, too. So, Craig, thank you for all your service to the community, and best of luck to you in your next adventures that you have out there.
Right.
So.
I know my kids had him as a science teacher, and then Jack was still in high school when he became the principal.
Wow.
And really, and we've gotten to know him. really good guy.
He is,
And
yeah.
it's Emily Ristikin's dad.
Yeah.
And he's still a young guy, and if he wants to try something different, go for it. This is the time to do it, because he's devoted a lot of time and energy to education, and he's done a fantastic job. But sometimes we all have to branch out and see what else we're capable
Absolutely, absolutely.
So
speaking of new adventures, the Parks and Rec Department is looking for a new director.
right.
So maybe we can get Craig to jump over into that. No, I'm just kidding.
That would be different.
Yeah, so the Parks and Rec Department is looking for a new director. Interested applicants should submit a detailed letter of interest and resume no later than April 3rd, so you have just a little bit of time for that.
Right. And also, we do have an upcoming election here in the city. It's for city council. It's for 3 seats on city council.
Right.
And we have 5 candidates.
And you're one of them.
Correct.
Right.
I took a year off, and I really, really, really want to get back on. We've already had one candidate forum with the Manitowoc County Chamber,
Mm-hmm.
and that went very, very well. There was 4 of us who showed up for that,
Mm-hmm.
along with a couple of people who were running for seats in Manitowoc.
Right. Okay.
So it was a really good showing. But anyway, the League of Women Voters is going to have their council candidate forum on Thursday, March the 19th at 7 p.m. at City Hall, 3rd floor council chambers. So if you have a chance, we love for the public to show so that they can hear what their candidates have to say. Also, the TRBA.
Right. So related to that, the TRBA for the first time this year is going to be also hosting a candidate forum. This one is focused on business and the local economy. So the questions are all geared towards that. They're preset, and it's going to be. And I think I've heard from all but one of the candidates about it. So it's going to happen. But it's going to be on Thursday, March the 26th at 6:30 p.m. at the Sepia Chapel, which if you haven't been there, fantastic opportunity to come and see a beautiful space downtown.
And the public is...
And it's open to the public.
Okay.
Yep. And we'll have the wine bar there, and drink responsibly, please. Wash your hands. But but I think it's going to be a nice evening. I think it'll be an opportunity for all the candidates to tell their positions about what they think are the factors for success to help Two Rivers to continue to thrive and grow.
Right. And I like the fact, and thank you very much for putting this on, because it's another great opportunity for candidates to you can hear their voice, and also for being pretty generous with the time allowed. I really appreciate that, and a lot of the time won't be filled. We'll say what we need to say and move on, but at least you afford us the opportunity to get a little bit more detail.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing this. Thank you, TRBA. And this one's near and dear to my heart. We've had a problem here recently with unwanted paper being shoved onto our doorstops, or our doorsteps, or in our driveway, or out in the street, or in our bushes.
You talking junk mail here?
Well, it's junk news.
Junk news.
That isn't really news anymore because of the way.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, what it is that delivery of unwanted written material. And I was really pleased that the city council passed an ordinance addressing the distribution and delivery of unsolicited and unsubscribed commercial advertising material. If residents do not wish to receive the Lakeshore Chronicle, call Mike at area code 920-686-2150. I will repeat that. 920-686-2150. I've already called.
So is that Mike, someone at the Lakeshore Chronicle? Or
I think he's with that conglomerate.
It's not somebody with the city. It's
correct.
the person with the Chronicle,
right,
or whatever business concern is involved with them. Okay,
correct.
Got it. That's great. This is hard because for me it underscores the need to have a true newspaper of record here in this county. In Two Rivers and in Manitowoc at least.
Right.
HTR is here, not a strong news source.
Right.
We've got CHATE from the broadcast side, of of course.
And they're doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, but we need some real darn journalism around here.
We do.
And I know there are some retired journalists here in the area. I know that there is at least one person that I've talked to through BIZSTARTS who is interested in getting a newspaper up and running, has looked into the costs around that. So if you happen to see this and you're interested in something like that,
Yeah.
reach out, send us a message. I'll get in touch with you, and I'm happy to put people together around that. I was a journalism major
Okay.
as an undergrad.
Do you have any
So-
time to start a newspaper?
No, I do not, but I am very supportive of the ideas.
Okay. And I know that Main Street, that is also on their agenda of things to try and tackle, and they made some headway, and due to some unforeseen events with someone who would have been a perfect fit, it's kind of gotten put on the back burner.
For the time being.
Right.
Yeah, that's who I was referring to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm in touch with her.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
All right, and then upcoming city events, remember that everything that we talk about, you can find all the detail at explore2rivers.com. So we hope that you're taking advantage of this city calendar that was created, how long do you think it's been in existence now? About 6 to 8 months?
It's about, over 6 months.
Okay.
And the people that are maintaining that, include Sally Taylor from over at the library, as well as others, on staff there who pitch in, as well as Lisa Kuhn over at Greg Buckley's office.
Right.
And there's also support, from a local webmaster guy.
Right.
To help
And I
with
know
it as well. So.
Parks and Rec, they've
Yeah,
been
and
posting.
they contribute. And in fact, now if you have an event, you can actually submit it through the website and get it.
And I'm
posted
starting
up
to
there.
see more
Yep.
outside,
Definitely
events
happening.
coming up, so it's really cool.
Yep.
Just upcoming events at the Leicester Public Library include a foreign film. It's called Woman at War. There's going to be story time, Baby Garden Unplugged. I don't know what the unplugged means.
How do you plug in a baby garden?
Carefully, I don't know. And then Cool City Writers.
Very nice. Over at the Waverly Inn, Waverly Inn.
Sorry
No,
about
that was
that.
me.
No, I spelled it wrong.
But I know what the Waverly Inn is.
Okay. So what's happening
It's on
there?
me. There's gonna be some live music. A group called Callus is gonna be there.
Okay.
Rhymes with Dallas.
That's correct.
Callus.
At the community house, Crafty Kids, and that mini chef training that we talked about last time.
To be a small chef. Mini chef.
Mini chef.
Senior Center is going to be having its watercolor class.
Right. Hamilton Wood Type Museum has a couple events coming up. One is the letterpress printing workshop, which is
That's cool.
a day-long
Mm-hmm.
workshop, and then their monthly ink and drink.
Remember to ink first and then drink.
No, if you do it at the same time, you become very creative.
Well, in that case, ink responsibly.
Pretty much. At the Forest Inn, they're going to be having a cribbage tournament.
Nice. I heard they're under new management. I just saw something about
Oh,
that
are
this
they?
morning.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's just a beautiful place. It'd be nice to maybe get over there sometime and show off the architecture.
That'd be, well,
Do a show.
we should reach out.
Yeah. And then finally, the Two Rivers Fire Department is going to be having a fish boil coming up on Friday, April the 10th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. New this year, drive-through is available, and tickets are available online. So for just $11, you receive a generous portion of cod, carrots, potatoes, onion, coleslaw, bread, and butter, everybody's favorite.
And butter's capitalized.
I don't know why.
I thought that was cool.
If you are still hungry after that, just implied, how dare you? We will have an assortment of desserts made by our members. Oh, well, dare. I will dare. All proceeds go to local charities, school events, and nonprofits. The event is sponsored by the Two Rivers Firefighter Local 423, and the boil is done by the branch boilers. Tickets are now available online at Event B at the fire station or the Two Rivers Community House. So check it out. That sounds like it's going to be a fun evening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So up next is going to be How's It Hanging?
Yeah.
Or How's It Hanging? And that will be followed with our get together with Mr. Roger Russove.
Mr. Roger Russove. I wonder what's going on with him. He just got back from a trip to Florida.
I know.
He's back from Florida, and now he's back for St. Patrick's Day. By the way, I'm wearing my green because this will probably drop around the time.
Oh,
this
okay.
episode
I was
will be
like,
out.
what
No,
did
you
I
didn't
miss?
miss it.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm wearing green now.
Hey, we're both wearing green. Hey,
Wow.
there you go, broth. Is that what
Yeah.
you say, right?
Yeah, and you can buy me a beer. That's the other thing you say.
I could do that.
Okay.
We'll be right back after this. If you have that tingling sensation in your fingers and that warm, happy feeling inside, then you know that it is time for the next segment, which is the Main Street Minute with Roger Russove.
Wow, I don't know if there's any way I can live up to that. Any way at all.
I know I'm tingling. Okay.
Welcome back, Roger.
Yeah.
Wow!
Thank
you. Thank you. It's been a while.
So-
It has.
Did you watch our last episode when we were emulating you?
Yes, thank you very much.
No charge, no charge.
Okay, okay. You guys almost do me better than me.
Wow. That's a good thing, right?
Well, we'll let the viewers make that
Fair enough,
determination.
fair enough. Well, Roger, welcome back. You had a great vacation, it sounded like.
Absolutely.
You were down in Florida. You didn't get quarantined on any cruise ships.
No.
that's
Got
good.
to visit Cozumel and Jamaica and Grand Cayman and sampled tequila, sampled rum.
Nice.
Ate too much. Maybe drank a little too much. But...
No.
Do you remember any of your trip?
Oh yes,
Okay.
absolutely. No, I remember most of my trip. You know, frankly, and you guys both know that I'm a beer snob. Well, the beer choices on the ship were mediocre at best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They were wanting.
Yes, I had Heinekens for the first time in I don't know how many years,
Oh, wow.
because there were certain situations where the choices were Bud Light, Miller Lite, Heinekens.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So that was the lesser of three
Right.
evils.
I think it's not too bad. I'm not a
It's
beer
okay.
drinker. And
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
I can just picture you sort of looking at the server saying, really?
Yeah.
That's basically what happened. See, you do me better than me,
Yeah.
John.
You know I'm from Wisconsin, right? Oh, that's awesome. So, what exciting news are you bringing us about Two Rivers Main Street?
Well, you know, I'm gonna jump out a little ways timing wise. We have some exciting news about the Cool City Classic Car Show and Cruise. On the last couple of days that I was on vacation, we signed a contract to bring Horny Mike from Counting Cars back this year.
I love Horny Mike.
Nice.
I hope he remembers me.
There might have been a little too much alcohol consumed between 2 years ago and when
dear.
he gets here this year for him to do that.
Oh yeah, it's short-term memory.
Those brain cells burn out,
Long-term memory
right?
loss. Oh.
Yes. Fatso's is helping sponsor his appearance.
Really?
And we're excited to have him back because I think he was a big addition to the show. And this year, as I think I mentioned before, is the 20th anniversary of the car show.
Right.
So we have him here. We will have the newly crowned Miss Wisconsin here. Again, the pageant is a week before the car show cruises. And for those of you who are really into cars in Wisconsin, there's a radio show called Wisconsin Hot Rod Radio,
Right.
and Captain Bob and Arlo, who are the two hosts of that show, will also be here, and they'll be doing announcing and DJ work on Saturday, and they're going to participate in the cruise on Friday night. They're fascinated by the cruise. And they're going to turn out to be a big asset for us because they travel to car shows and other car events. Really, starting 2 weekends ago was the first one down in Milwaukee.
Oh, wow.
And they passed out flyers for us at that show because they're going to be at ours, and they will do this at other events that they're
That's
actually
cool.
at our event. It is. You know, the more ways we can get the word out, the better off we are. And Brad Bozer, who owns the Napa store here in town, Ball Auto and Truck, the store here and the store in Algoma, they've signed on to be the title sponsor again this year. And from a marketing standpoint, that's great for us too, because his regional representative will take flyers to all of the Napa stores in the Midwest.
Oh, nice.
So we'll get marketing
That's
over a very broad area, and that's as we continue trying to grow the event, that's going to be a plus
Oh
for us.
my gosh.
Yeah.
We're running out of space.
Well, we've been working on that as a committee. We had discussions about that. Now, last year we did not use the 2100 block of Washington Street on Saturday, just on Friday night. We will have access to that this year on Saturday. So that'll help by about 40 or more cars. And of course, last year, for those of you who participate in the show, was the first year that we didn't park cars by class.
Right.
So we didn't have people helping the show entries park. And it created a lot of areas where there was just too much space between cars. So we're going to have parking attendants again this year during the setup period to keep the cars nice and tight together. We had 361 cars last year. My estimate is we can probably fit 420 to 430 using the extra block, and if we do a good job parking.
Okay. Good, because I know that there was like emergency parking, like, you know, in front of the band shell.
Yep.
You know, we ended up having to use some of that space.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that is typically left open.
Yes.
You know, so that is so cool. I mean, that's a lot of involvement. These guys who are on radio and they're promoting. I mean, that's they probably eat and breathe car shows. You know, this is perfect.
And they actually print up a booklet in January that they print, if I remember correctly, 7,500 of these. And this is another thing that they distribute when they go to events and things. And anybody who wants to can purchase an ad for their car show with the book, and they have a calendar in there. But they feature the events that they are going to be attending.
Okay.
So we have featured placement in that booklet, which again will do nothing but get us more exposure for the event.
Wow. Just
really
when you
great.
thought it couldn't get any better. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
It is.
And Horny Mike, I didn't think that anyone was going to go after those guys this year.
Well, he had some management representation issues that were making it very difficult to do business with him, and he has since changed that, at least for Wisconsin events. He was very frustrated about the fact that it had gotten to be the beginning to middle of February, and he wasn't scheduled to do any appearances in Wisconsin at all. And he likes coming here. His girlfriend has family up in the Crivets area, and he was a little frustrated by that. And Kevin Miller, who of course is an integral part of the car show committee, has kept in contact with Mike. And Kevin was out in Vegas, and Kevin had been negotiating with Mike's agent, and they had gone back and forth. And it got to the point where Kevin was just being stonewalled, so he gave up. And then he came to find out that the counteroffers that he was making weren't getting from the agent to Mike. The agent was just
Oh,
dragging
really?
it down, and that frustrated. I don't know if I should be saying all this publicly, but that frustrated Mike a little bit when he found out about it.
Sure.
So he made some changes, and we were
Good
able
for
to work
him.
everything out. And
Because I know he had a blast last time.
he did.
Well, him and Ryan.
Yep. Ryan's not coming. We're just
Yeah,
having Mike this
yeah.
week. Yeah, and he did have a blast last time. He loved doing the cruise. He loved the whole event. He loved the area. So it's going to be great to have him back.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. Very nice.
Well, what else you got going on, my friend?
Oh, Lord. Well, by the time this is aired, we'll be past the great trivia contest, of course.
He's participating.
Which, yes, the
Snowfest, yes.
yeah, the Snowfest.
The abominable
team.
snowmen.
Is that your team
Snow
name?
people. I don't know.
Do we have costumes?
I think we're just going to do the abominables.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't think that, I don't know. You know, maybe Chiller will make an appearance. or
All right.
something.
Well, I think that would be a good idea.
We'll see. Yeah.
You know, there's an award for the best theme, and
Okay.
things like that are
Right.
the kinds of things that could put you over the top. in
The rest
terms
of us are just going to be real
people.
chill. So.
They're just going to be their cool selves. You
know,
are
I-
not going to get a prize for
Oh,
that.
come on.
That's not going to get it done.
All
That
right.
is not going to
Well,
get it done. I mean,
I did see Greg Buckley's Lorax costume from some years ago, which was amazing. I have to say. Did you see it?
No, but I've seen him as Santa and as Father Time,
No,
I think.
The Lorax. You got to see it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you do.
It's,
Yes.
It's epic.
I could-
Yeah.
His excuse for not participating anymore is that he was banned for starting a food fight at the event one year
Oh, so he was the instigator.
with peeps. You know, there's no-
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So his claim now is that he's banned from the event, which isn't true. I mean, you know, we'll take his money as much as anybody else.
Right.
Sure.
Uh,
And then, now we're shooting this on Friday.
yes, Friday the 13th.
That's right. But the event, the trivia contest is tomorrow on
Nope.
Saturday. It's
Tonight.
tonight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
good luck.
We practice
Do me proud.
it. State capitals and all that.
Ah,
Yeah. Don't quiz me. Don't quiz me.
well, I don't know any of the questions.
I was going to say Nevada. Yeah.
And I'll give a belated plug to Nathan and Teresa Cronforce, who are really the two drivers behind this event. They put all the questions together and things like that,
yes.
which is the biggest part of the event. So I want to put a plug in for them. And by the way, as we're recording this on Friday the 13th, trivia contest night, happy birthday, Nathan. It's his
Hey,
birthday
that's
today.
right. Happy birthday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Phil and Michelle's is a sponsor of the event this year, and they're having
Okay.
karaoke after the event. Thank you to them. Thank you to Fatso's and Waverly who provide us food for the participants. I mean,
Fantastic.
yeah, it's a neat
Wow.
community thing. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Really cool.
It is. Yeah.
Well, have fun tonight.
Thanks.
You
Thanks.
seem pumped, so.
I get a little wired, and then this is one of those where once it starts, things are pretty easy for me. Then it's all Nathan and Teresa stressed with scoring and questions and answers.
Sure.
And whiners
It's gonna be
and stuff like
fun.
that. It is a lot of fun. It really is. It really is.
Okay. I want to participate next year.
Okay.
Get me on the team, man.
You're in.
All right.
I-
I'm just warming the bench right
I know
now.
some people.
I do
Or
know
form
something.
your own team.
You were starting to do that last year.
I was starting to do that last year, but then nobody got back to me. So I kind of just said, eh. No, you guys will, after tonight, you're going to find out that not having me on your team was a mistake. So I'll be on your team
That
next
could
year.
well be. That could well
So
be.
any,
When they finish in second place, just below
Yeah.
the money.
Just missed it.
We have a trophy this year for the first time. too.
Oh, really?
Oh.
and how many years has this been going on now?
I wish I knew the answer to that, but I'm not sure. I want to say it's probably 12 or 13.
Okay,
So it's been going on for quite a while.
okay. We'll take a lot of photos and then we can show them on the
Okay.
next
Yeah.
episode.
All right.
I
All
love
right.
the trophy idea. We can kind of lord it over those who.
And that's kind of why we decided to do it. And for anybody who saw it on Facebook today, the trophy was pictured with $400 in 20s because that's the prize for the first place
Oh,
team.
yeah.
They get $400 in cash.
Nice.
So there's money in this too.
Okay.
All right.
Just for the winners. though.
Good.
Putting on my game face now.
Hey, you
Okay,
better,
right?
You better get serious.
He's cutthroat. Once he gets going,
Okay.
it's a bloodbath.
She's gamed with me. She knows.
Yes. So what else is happening? We're getting to that time of the year where,
Yep, and we're coming up on the deadline in early April for the show of hands. which we did the first one of those in fall. It's an opportunity for a business that's looking to expand, or a nonprofit that's got a new program that they need funding for, or a community project that somebody wants to do. Applications are open right now on the website at tworiversmainstreet.com. Very simple application process. We'll choose 4 finalists, and on April 30th, if I remember correctly, last Thursday in April, we will be doing an event at Sepia Chapel where the 4 finalists will do face-to-face presentations, and the people who pay to get in can vote for the winner.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And I spoke to at least one entrepreneur over the past week who I strongly encouraged to put in for it.
Good.
So,
Good.
yeah. So we're working on it. That's
Yep.
great.
Yep. We got to come up with a new name because it's not in Central Park this year. It's going to be on Washington Street.
None
The
of it's-
banners?
Yeah, none
Nope.
of it's gonna be in the park?
No, it's all going to be on the street. We're going to use
Oh.
the new brackets that were put in for the Christmas
Okay.
banners. We're going to use those to do this. So what the poles
Cool.
on the corners will have an art banner on one side and a hanging planter on the other side.
That's gonna be gorgeous.
And we have canvases available by the time you see this, either here at
Okay.
Bibbles, or at the Main Street office with the form you need to fill out. As we did last year, it's $25 for an artist to participate. And we'll have until, I want to say, close to about the 22nd or so of April to get those back.
I am really excited about that. I thought we were still gonna be in the park,
No,
but that, with the trees and the leaves,
Yes.
you couldn't see the art, so this is, but
It'll be a little more visible now.
we're gonna have, how many,
it's just the corners.
so how many are we
We'll have
accepting?
28.
Okay,
So we're up 8 from last year. Last year we had room for 20. This year we'll have room for 28.
wow,
Yep.
that's really cool. Well, we'll talk more and we'll get coordinated
Yes.
between the Main Street office and here at the gallery.
We'll work on a cool name and
And art in Central Park kind of worked. Art on Washington Street, I don't know.
We'll come up with
Art on
something.
Main Street doesn't really, because this is our main street, but it's not
downtown
Main
arts
Street.
or
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody watching has an idea, you can
Yeah.
drop it down in the comments. We'll make sure it gets to Roger. We're happy to crowdsource some name ideas.
Please do. I would appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm glad you're back. I know what's going on now.
Yeah.
And I have one more exciting thing to talk about.
What?
Oh.
Yesterday I had the opportunity, and the weather wasn't great, but I had the opportunity, one of the investors in the cobblestone called me, and Greg and Elizabeth and I got a tour,
Oh,
Okay.
fun. Yeah.
which included going up to the 4th floor on the south end and seeing the view over
Yeah.
the
How was that?
harbor and the rivers. Oh, hey, I'll tell you what, it's going to be spectacular. And
Wow.
the operations director from Cobblestone was here also
Okay.
for this region, and he said that as far as he could recall, they do not have another hotel in the chain that has a view like this one does.
Okay.
So it's a jewel in the crown.
It is.
Nice.
It is. And all the rooms along Jefferson Street there on the east side of the building, sunrises over the beach,
Okay.
the lake, and the trees and everything are going to be absolutely spectacular.
Wow.
I've gotten to see them from my office at City Hall, because my
Right.
office faces that way.
Yeah.
When I'm here very early in the morning for the car show or Ethnic Fest or something, and they're cool from there,
Yeah.
Right.
they're going to be better
Oh,
from here.
man.
Oh, that's gonna be so.
They're going to
nice.
be better from here. It's and the whole layout and everything is real nice. I think they're doing a great job with it, and I can't wait till they open.
Oh,
So, how far along are they with the interior?
There's all of the framing is done. Yesterday they were running ducting for heat and everything and running electrical. They're shooting for late June, early July.
Okay, that's not that far away.
It's not. I mean, 3 months,
Yeah.
3.5
That's
months.
amazing.
Wow. Yeah. And are they thinking about like a grand opening or?
I don't know what they're gonna do yet.
Yeah.
That's something that Cobblestone will manage more than the local investor group,
Sure.
but I'm sure they'll do something.
Okay.
Oh, neat.
I would love to find out they were gonna be open for the car show, but I think that's a little bit too much to hope for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a great addition to the hospitality, options that we have here in Two
Sure,
Rivers.
Sure.
And I honestly think that the ability that Cobblestone has to promote their properties on a broader level than the other hotels in Two Rivers is going to be good for all of the hotels in the city. I sincerely believe that.
I believe that too. That sounds great.
Fantastic.
Thanks
Well,
for the
thank
update.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome back, my friend.
Thanks.
Welcome back,
Thanks.
Roger. All right.
All right.
Well, I guess that brings us to the end of another segment.
Yes, it does.
And
We hope you enjoyed it,
we do.
and we hope you return to see our next spectacular
Spectacular.
in 2 weeks.
Spine tingling.
Oh,
Outstanding.
stellar.
Amazing.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and over and out.